Hi, I'm Bilal. I am an ensemble member with the Neo-Futurists Theater Company in Chicago, Illinois. I wanted to take the time to introduce you to our theater space, the Neo-Futurarium, as we call it. It's a very unusual, a very unique sort of space, certainly within the city of Chicago, quite possibly throughout the world. There's a lot of different rooms, a lot of sort of seeming dead ends. It's a bit of a labyrinth. More than one person has told us that they've gotten lost in here. So I wanted to take you on a brief walking tour of the place where we do our work, a place where in fact we've staged something in probably every corner of the theater. So hopefully if you are able to come visit us here in Chicago, you will not get lost. We'll start out here at the corner of Foster and Ashland, where our theater is located. Over here you can see our sign, the Neo-Futurist Theater. We didn't always have this sign. We used to have what was basically just a large round piece of wood with the baby head and the initials TMLMTBGB, Too Much Light Makes the Baby Go Blind, on it. We finally got a sign a few years ago that added the word theater, which was good because people would pass by this space and think we were some kind of cult. Right here is the Nelson Funeral Chapel. Our theater is actually located above the funeral home. Going into the entrance now. This is the bottom of our stairwell. You have to go up the stairs to reach the space. Over here at the top of the stairs there is a fork, one leading to the left, one leading to the right. If you go to the left, you'll find the men's bathroom. If you go to the right, you will find the women's bathroom. You'll also find this door here where we place the photographs of the people performing in Too Much Light Makes the Baby Go Blind for that particular weekend. Going through here, you enter the Hall of Presidents, which is an art installation of ours that we've had for some time. Here in this hall we have commissioned paintings of every single president that the United States has ever seen go through that Oval Office. James Madison, John Adams, that guy. We do not yet have one up of our current president, Mr. Barack Obama. We hope to commission a portrait and have it put up sometime in the next couple of years. Going through here, you enter the kitchen, so called because it is in fact a kitchen. Refrigerator, microwave, sink, cabinets. But also, this is where we keep posters of all of our past shows. We don't just do Too Much Light Makes the Baby Go Blind here. We also do several primetime shows, and these are posters of a few of them. We also have right here our condimentometer, which is a quixotic attempt by one of our ensemble members, Sean Benjamin, to collect over 1 million separate packets of condiments. If you go through the kitchen, you enter this room. It's formerly the reading room. We don't really have too much to read in here anymore, so we simply have a merchandise booth. Over here you can see some fine examples of our theater's merchandise. If you follow through here, you will enter what we call the State Park. The State Park, it's a sort of very large holding pen. It's where we keep our audience. Most of you might call it a lobby. We call it the State Park. People have come in here before and thought that this was the actual theater, and were not sure where to sit or how it was they were going to enjoy the performance. And we have actually staged things in here before, but this is actually just the place we take you before we let you into the theater proper. Over to the left is an entrance, and over to the right is an entrance. I'm going to take you through the right entrance. This leads to our very glamorous back stairwell. We take the back stairwell to throw out our trash. We have a few flats up here from old shows. I'm not going to take you down the stairs. You have seen alleys full of garbage in your life sometime before. But if you enter through this door here, you come into the name tag room. We call this the name tag room because before every performance of Too Much Light Makes the Baby Go Blind, our audience members are brought through here into this room, and somebody will hand them a name tag that bears no resemblance whatsoever to their given name. Before we head into the theater, I'm going to take a detour here to the right. This is what we call the rat room. The rat room is where we keep past scenery and gym mats, fold-up wheelchairs, random miscellaneous lumber. We have some random miscellaneous props. We have a number of sporting goods located down here. Coming out through the rat room. I'm not sure why it's called the rat room, but you can draw your own conclusions. You'll see this is the door we did not go through, the door on the left. Here's the state park again. But if you turn to the right, that leads us into the theater. Now, this is where the work happens. This is where most of the show happens. You can see this is a 150-seat black box theater. It's got a very shallow and very wide stage. Has a chalkboard on the back that we love to use, a number of small furniture items, music stands, etc. Going around, you can see the seats here. Our tech booth is up there in the corner. Our technicians are probably some of the most clever and relaxed people you will ever meet. They have to be. Since our show happens in a random order, there is no way they can simply program and preset everything into a board. If you look up, you'll see the clothesline. The clothesline is currently unadorned, but when we do a performance of Too Much Light, there are 30 numbers hanging from here. These numbers are pulled down, and the show is performed as we hear it. And we do it according to this timer, a 60-minute darkroom timer. This is our ruthless taskmaster. It keeps us going. If the clock hits 0, there's a horrible buzzing sound, and the show is over if you have seen the whole thing or not. One other thing about this theater, one other little feature, we have something. This is the God spot. It is a bit of text from an old play that says this point symbolizes the God. It is fairly old. It's never been painted over, and we have really no desire to. On our way out of the theater now, we are heading towards the green room. Right here, you'll see this is a prop shelf. We keep a lot of our props that we use to perform on these shelves when they're actively in the show. Can of Barbasol shaving cream, a bike helmet, flashlights, various straw hats. I can't tell you everything that's in the show right now, but I can guarantee you that we probably use everything that you see on this shelf. If you make a turn behind the risers, you'll go through this alley in the back here. We keep some furniture back here, but that leads you to our dressing room, our quote-unquote dressing room. We don't often have to do a lot of costume changes and such. Our shows tend to be performed in our street clothes. But every so often, we might need to don a giant pink bunny suit. That could also happen. Coming out of the dressing room, I'm going to take you into the green room. The green room, where we keep most of our props and set items. We have a hat made of pasta, for example, red oil drum, giant crucifix, a cabinet full of miscellaneous props, stuffed animals, and squirt guns, clown noses, all number of things. Too Much Light is a heavy prop show, so we often find ourselves digging around in there for random items. I'm going to take you back through this door here, and here's the big surprise. We are back in the Hall of Presidents. We have simply made a giant loop through the kitchen and around. This door here leads to our administrative offices. If you've seen one administrative office, you've probably seen them all. I'm going to take you back to the green room as well, just to show you the other detour we have. This door here, located right here, takes you back out to the stairwell. This is the door upon which we have the faces of the people performing in Too Much Light this weekend. And that is pretty much it. We head back over here to the stairs, and that's your way out. So thank you very much. This has been a brief walking tour of the Neo-Futurarium.